Hey guys, Jacob here. This is a update video about 2024. We have some big changes that we've started even now introducing into our school, and wanted to because you're an important part to our family. Wanted to just make sure we communicate clearly about what is changing in 2024. The first thing that's changing is that we have had conversations with all of our teachers, which previously have been independent contractors, and we are now transitioning that they're going to be employees. And so because of that change, there's been kind of a total restructuring on that relationship between us and them. And so there have been a few folks who've decided to not continue. We have gotten some new faces in as well. And so it's one of those really important things that we do going forward because of our vision for what we want in the future. And so making that change was a necessary change. Unfortunately, there are a few folks who've decided to not renew and become employed with us, and that may be one of your teachers. And so I know that it's been hard over the last couple of years, really. Just keeping the retention rates up. Obviously, families people have families, they have transitions in their own personal life, and that makes it hard for your students to stay connected and involved. And so my goal is to provide that consistent mentor for your students. And so when we are hiring, we're not requiring a contract, but we're really looking to increase the retention for our teachers as well. And so with those transitions, we'll kind of reach out to you individually, or you'll just know that there's some teachers that have moved on, which isn't a bad thing. And actually, we've only it's very small, the amount of teachers that are deciding not to renew. So it's a good transition. People have to make choices for their own families. So that's kind of the first change. With that, we're going to be able to pay our instructors for time where they're not teaching. So my goal is that they can be more involved in your student's life and your family's life, where I'm not requiring them to teach, not requiring them to show up at certain events and not pay them. Now I'm saying, well, I'm going to be able to pay you, which is just going to help a ton with building the culture that we want to have, where it's just this intentional, just fun, engaging culture where people feel like their family. It's really important to me. So anyway, so that's a big transition. The other really big transition, and this is going to affect you guys for sure, is the annual calendar. So back in February, I had up on the bulletin board this concept of this annual calendar. So we're having to make this transition, partly, to adjust for the inflation that's happening in, today's day and age. But it's also about providing a better program for our families. We know that families want to have experiences, and really epic experiences. And so that's what we're trying to do with this annual calendar idea, is provide more access to better education, more access to different stuff. So the way that music lessons are run typically right now is you have 48 weeks of 30-minute lessons over and over and over every single week. And that can become kind of a drudgery. Sometimes it's hard to motivate your student to do that. And so what we are doing is we're basically taking this 4-week month idea, and we're doing the first 3 weeks as regular lessons. And then the 4th week is going to be something different. It's going to be something unique. It's going to create this sense of urgency for your students to practice, because we're going to have shorter goals to be reaching. So instead of, hey, I got 6 months out until this performance, well, now we have like 1 month out or 2 months out for something that they're going to be involved in. So so basically what that looks like is there's going to be different things that are rotated throughout the year. And as far as the exact calendar, it's been updated. We're going to throw it on our website, and you can look, or we can send you we just we're gonna get it in your hands, so that you can plan out your life. And anyway, so it's gonna be great. How it basically works is that I think the first one is lab week. So if you're used to being in a private lesson, we're going to throw all the students in group classes and teach them how to be, teach them in that group session. So instead of a 30-minute private lesson, it'll be a 45-minute lab, and you'll be able to sign up for those in January, the month that they're happening, basically. So we'll let you know when those are open, that hey guys, lab week is coming up. Make sure you sign up for this slot. And it'll be it'll provide the value of kind of learning in that social environment, meeting new friends, giving them that what's the word, competition, yeah, it's a positive thing. So that's lab week. There's going to be workshop week, will be really cool. So lab week is basically this idea of like 4 to 6 students in a class learning together in 45 minutes. This workshop week allows our teachers to basically develop this workshop that lasts about an hour and a half, and it's for groups of 10 to 20 students, and they get to showcase something that maybe the instructor is really passionate about, like maybe it's a music theory thing, or songwriting was a big one. If you're a guitar player, using your pedal boards or something, we're going to have something unique throughout the whole week. So instead of attending your 30-minute lesson, you'll sign up for one of those workshops, which is really going to be cool. And then there will be YouTube week. This is going to be a ton of fun. I've had Riley Anderson, one of our instructors, has agreed to be our YouTube week person. So between him and Josh, we'll be setting up like a little recording video studio, with cool lighting, and basically give these students an opportunity to record their song and then be able to post that up on YouTube. And we'll do a contest where they can win prizes for the best video that they do and the best performance. Yeah, so again, instead of your lessons that week, it'll be YouTube week. We'll have that opportunity for your students to prepare and to perform. Well, also 5 times a year, we're going to do a full week of concerts. So we're going to do this in the rehearsal room. We're going to deck it out, get some cool lights. We're going to make it this really epic performance. So if your private lessons usually on a Monday, you're going to have your epic performance, Rising Rock Stars, on that Monday. And so we'll give you more information on how to sign up for that and what week that is. And this is something that you can invite your friends and your family to. We'll do kind of a potluck thing and just again champion these students who've been working so hard. So anyway, yeah, and then the summer is definitely going to look different as well. We have lab week, workshop week, and then we have rock band month, basically. So the end of July all the way through August, we're going to be doing rock band month. So if your student has never been in a band, this is the month where, if they're in lessons with us, this is just the rock school program, right? So they're going to be thrown into a band, and they get to prepare a song or two to do a big show on concert week at the end of August. And so it's just going to be, guys, it's going to be so much fun. Just having this calendar with these short accounts of like, hey, you're going to be performing in 2 months. What are you going to play? Let's get it going. It's going to be really helpful to your students, and I think super exciting, and to build and develop this culture that we have. So anyway, that is the annual calendar. We're going to give you guys, probably put it up on the screen in the room there. We'll email you a copy of what it looks like. Probably get some sort of cool design so we can print some and you can put it on your fridge. But again, this idea of like, hey, you're not paying for a lesson, you're paying for an experience at the rock school. So this whole program is kind of what you're paying for on this monthly bill. So one thing that we've also discussed is that after looking at our finances, that we are not going to raise prices this year. As you know, that's really important to us. So we don't raise prices. But we're eating so much money on these credit card fees. And so like literally it's like $9,000 a year we're paying on fees. And in order for us to continue to grow and thrive, I think it's important for us to unfortunately have to pass those down to you guys. And so your bill in January is going to be $5 more, whether you were in a group class or private lesson. So your monthly bill, if you were paying $140, is now going to be $145. And if you were paying $99, we're just going to round that to $105. So $105 and then $145, depending on what you're doing. And then if you are interested in joining a band, we have our band program that's going to be totally revamped. New bands, we're going to do a pretty big shakeup. If you're interested in joining a band and you're already in a lab or a private lesson, the add-on to it is only going to be $99. Previously, it's been $140. And we're changing that price structure so that it's going to be more accessible for your students to join a rock band and have access to all the cool things that our band program can do. And so if you or your students interested in doing that for only $99 or maybe $105, I can't remember, maybe we did $105. But for about $100, you're going to be able to jump into this band program and do a lot more of these epic opportunities for performance. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. We have so much coming up. We have the caroling event on the 16th. If you haven't seen that, make sure you look on our Facebook and Instagram for that information. We have the open house this weekend on Friday. That's going to be a lot of fun. We have Rockfest coming up. Make sure if you have grandparents and uncles and aunts and that you send them the link to purchase their tickets, because that's going to be an incredible show. Students have been working so hard for their performance. And then we have Royals, which is our audition band for, we had students audition, and we have 4 kids. They're going to be preparing like an 2-hour long set to be hired out at different places in the community. So that's happening. Again, we're reshaping our programs with the annual calendar, and lots of really, really exciting stuff happening. We're also building a relationship with schools. We'll be at Ramsey Elementary School and doing a big show for them for their PTA program. So huge shout out to Erica Schindelbeck for that contact. We're going to be doing something like that for Skyway Elementary, and we're doing lots of big stuff in the next following months. We're going to be in parades. We're doing a bunch of stuff. So if you're interested in being more involved and helping us out in any of these ways, we love volunteers. We love just all of our families and all the people that we are just hang out with us on a weekly basis. We love you guys all and so much, and we're looking forward to just continuing changing lives through music, because that's all we're about, is just providing the opportunities, the epic experiences, continual improving upon what we're doing, making always getting better and better and improving ourselves, and being a light, man, to the people around us, because it's a dark world out there. It's scary, and I think music is one of those things that can really bring people together and provide that stability and that freedom, man, to just express ourselves in a positive way, and it's really good. So anyway, love you guys. If you guys have any questions at all, let me know. Let Kristen know. Kristen, again, is our general manager. Basically letting her run with a lot of the stuff at the rock school, and then with the team that we have with Miles and Katie and Josh and Kristen and Emily, and we're just really, really stoked about the future, what that looks like for us. So anyway, I'm rambling now. Hope you guys have an awesome week. We'll see you soon.